Hi, Jim Curl here with Three Town Hope. I wanted to share a kind of a cool story that happened to me not long ago. I had the chance to meet a guy named Super T was his nickname. He drove a bus, not a school bus or a city bus or a Greyhound bus. He actually drove a tour bus for none other than Alan Jackson. He invited me one day to jump on and take a look at the bus. And of course I had to look around. One of the first things that caught my eye sitting off in the corner was a guitar. And honestly, it wasn't much to look at. It was old and beat up and weathered. There was no fancy name on the headstock, and when I picked it up and strummed it, it was out of tune. I'm sure it probably needed new strings. So I picked it up, I tuned it up, I strummed a few chords, and I thought, well, now I can officially say that I've played Alan Jackson's guitar. But after I left, and for some time after that, it kept bugging me. Why would a guy who could buy any guitar in the world hold on to a guitar like that? He could have had the newest, the most expensive, the most beautiful guitar that money can buy, but at least on his bus, he didn't. Maybe that guitar wasn't valuable because of what it looked like. Maybe it was valuable because of whose hands it had been in. Maybe that's where he wrote songs that changed his life. Maybe that's where some of his #1 hits were born. Maybe the same songs that I grew up listening to. Its value wasn't its condition. Its value was in its owner. And I couldn't help but think that we're a lot like that guitar. Some of us feel old and chipped and beat up and out of tune, like we've been through too much, like we don't have much left to offer. But you see, God doesn't throw us away. He values us. In Isaiah 43:1, it says, "Fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by your name." And he says, "You are mine." Did you catch that? You are mine. Your value isn't determined by your past. It's not determined by your failures. It's not determined by how broken you feel today. Your value is determined by the one who paid for you. In Romans 5:8, it says, "But God demonstrates his own love toward us, and that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us." Jesus didn't wait until you were polished. He didn't wait until you had your life together. He went to the cross while you were still broken, still out of tune, and still needing new strings, because he saw what you could become in his hands. And so today, if you're wondering whether your life still has value, it does. Not because of what you've done, but because of whose you are. And God isn't finished playing your story yet.